14 things I wish I would have known in my early 20s from a fellow millennial. I'm 27, going on 28. I don't have it all figured out. I haven't made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. I don't have leather-bound books, no mahogany. I haven't had a huge exit. I haven't coded the next big thing, but I have built a successful social video agency. So for what it's worth, this is what I would have shouted loudly at my 21-year-old belligerent self if I was pulling no punches. Hopefully this list is a tool of self-inspection for you, whether you're 21 or 51. Never play defense. If you are, you've already lost. I got fired once over this one. Don't ever clam up in fear of saying something stupid. If you don't speak up, people are gonna get rid of you anyways. You have to jump off the cliff. Throw it out there. Be aggressive. Looking stupid 1 out of 10 times is way better than looking like nothing at all. The more you worry about saying the wrong thing, the more wrong things you will say. Jump into the conversation and progress it. Any excuse for poor performance only weakens your character and everyone's view of you. When I pushed major boundaries, broke stuff, and pissed people off, I got promoted. Dig deep. Realize you bring more value to every conversation than you think. Give it 110% or quit. If you get fired for doing something freaking awesome, at least you went down in a blaze of glory and won't feel like a chump. Fail on your own terms. Stop viewing yourself as young. You are a wise, ageless, polished 40-something. Fake it until you make it. No one wants cute. They want someone who throws themselves out there. Take your brain still frame of your baby face. Erase it. Replace it with the distinguished, tough, sure of itself face. Stop thinking I'm doing good for my age, because you are not. Net worth at 25 years old. Snapchat's Even Spiegel, $2.2 billion. Zuckerberg, $13.5 billion. WordPress's Matt Mullenweg, $40 million. Tumblr's David Karp, $26 million at 22. So basically, you suck, and so do I. I've got a half a dozen friends my age that have already made their millions. Age is irrelevant. The clock is ticking. Age doesn't care. It is a race. Throw the status quo in the garbage. Your bone density will start decreasing in this decade, but don't sacrifice the precious moments unique to age. Go live out of your car for 2 months and be a surf bum. Don't burn bridges. There's never any advantage to it, only disadvantages. It never makes you feel better. Erase that email. Let it go. People talk. Every bridge burned could be 20 more people that talk negatively about you. In a world where most business comes through referrals, you need that word of mouth to be positive. People talk about you far more than you think, and they will make decisions about you that you'll never hear about. It's worth making less money sometimes to keep someone's experience with you a positive one. It usually comes back to reward you. No one is a waste of time. Give people of your time even when it's not immediately gaining you something. My biggest project to date came from giving someone free help that I never thought would be bringing me business. Bridge burning just distracts you from the opportunities in front of you. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go now. Lower expectations. Work hard and results will follow. Think less about results and more about mastering skills. We millennials struggle with this big time. Expectations minus reality equals happiness. Set your goals, but focus on what you can accomplish today. The secret is real. Almost everything I've ever written down ends up happening in some mysterious way. But obsessing over it too much can distract you from the steps to get there. Don't ever let yourself complain. If you've ever flown a plane in the world, you're in the top 5%. A third of people in the world don't even have clean water to drink and make less than $1 a day. Read Man's Search for Meaning. And when you're feeling sorry for yourself, realize that you're not in a concentration camp. Realize that hashtag first world problems is a real thing. A real pathetic thing. Realize that you're not getting shot at. Realize that while compared to Even Spiegel, you suck, but your life definitely doesn't suck whatsoever. Even if you're Western world poor. Read tons of books. College burned you out, so you stopped. Books are the secret weapon behind every great person. Read a book a month or you lose out on opportunities to be inspired, motivated, and have exciting new ideas. Make time. Until you suspend your Facebook for a week, you have no excuse. Most of it's useless mind garbage anyways. Audiobooks are a great way to crunch it into your schedule while you commute. Run, play Angry Birds. I run much longer and faster when listening to a book. Read the $100 Startup sooner. Audiobooks are better than the Facebook newsfeed. Every no is a step closer to a yes. Most no's are a gift because they prevent you from wasting your time on something that wasn't right for you anyways. You will never win them all. Move on. The sea is full of fish. It's all a numbers game. Pitch more. Show people that you're working on, even when you don't know why. Be absolutely shameless. 7. Ask for feedback. I know you're a sexy, ageless 40-year-old now, but Spiegel laughs down at you. Always ask for feedback on your work. Never avoid it. You coward. 8, shadow people at work. Keep being shameless. Ask people to show you how to do their job. Learn others' roles. Offer to do a complicated task for someone for free. Most people will see it as flattery. This is the one time where your youth is an advantage. Everyone wants to help you out without expecting anything in return. A majority of millionaires own their own businesses. Odds are, if you're going to make it big, you're going to be owning your own business, which means you'll be wearing lots of hats. So try on a ton of them. Odds are the business you start will come from an opportunity you see in the market at your job. 9, 6 figures sucks and $1 million sucks. Fundamentally change the way you look at money. It's not evil. You aren't evil for wanting it. You're only evil if you're willing to do anything to get it. It takes $4 million after tax, so $7 million, to retire and live on $200,000 a year. We have no guarantee Social Security will exist for us, and the retirement age for that will be like 90 years old then anyways. $7 million pre-tax is the bar. Dave Ramsey isn't gonna get you there. You are not gonna penny pinch your way to $7 million. Dave Ramsey is not speaking to you. You need to create something. Your goal is to make 6 figures by 30? That's a horrible goal. That's what mine was. Guilty. Someone is going to make a lot of money. Why not you? You were smart. Once you have kids and a mortgage, $100,000 feels exactly like $40,000 was when you're single. The slowest and most unlikely way of you making enough money to retire is to climb the ladder at your job. One person controls your whole future. That's horrible odds. The internet has set our generation free of the ladder. Plan on quitting and starting your own business. Start studying on how to do that now. Ignore any assumptions, stigmas, or stereotypes that you have heard about entrepreneurship. It is not what they say it is. It's better. In the 1600s, over 90% of people were entrepreneurs. You can and should be too. The corporate dynasty is on the decline. Life is too short to be a lifer. And the 2 weeks vacation you get a year is bogus. They get whole months off in Europe. Only way to get that in your 20s in America is to start your own business and live in a van down by the river, take your pick. And this leads me to my next point. 10, work is mostly empty. Never seek fulfillment in it. Focus on family. That's the most pure, lasting fulfillment you can get. Time is the most precious commodity. No one works 80 hours a week for years on end and has healthy, meaningful relationships. Talking to men right here. Don't put off starting a family if you're with the one you love purely for financial reasons. You don't need to get the Bugatti before you become a parent. Don't be a silly man-child! Family will fulfill you in a way you could never imagine. Give your kids your most energetic, youthful, physically able, best self. Kids will motivate you. You'll learn how to work smarter. You'll be more motivated to make your work for you rather than you working for it. Childbirth does slow down work for a few months. But why not get the very best, most precious and rewarding time of your life sooner rather than later? Until you do it, there's a million reasons not to. But I'm here to tell you that you should, as long as you aren't absolutely flat broke, not with the right person, or some other really huge reason. Kids will help you become the person you are meant to be, and they are wonderful. Ignore anyone that says otherwise, especially if they don't have kids themselves. 11, more important than anything, decide what you want. You truly don't know what you want. Figure it out. Figure it out. Invest hundreds and hundreds of hours in asking yourself this question over and over again. Nearly every I can't because that you have is completely false. Can't travel the world with young kids while working? False. There's always a way. The root is this. If you had all the money you needed and you were not allowed to do commercial related work anymore, what would you do for the rest of your life? What would give your existence purpose with money not being a factor in any way? 12, spend ridiculous amounts of time studying industries. Get your hands on all the information you can and invest time in identifying an industry and niche that is going to grow that you'll enjoy. I saw that TV was saturated and controlled by older people who wouldn't be letting me move up quickly. So I focused on social media. It paid less in the short term, but enabled me to move up and learn faster, and passed up the older, wiser people who are too established to pivot. Don't just choose what kind of job you want. You have to choose a niche as well. Apparel, e-commerce, tech, then go further. Athletic wear, info products, wearables, get narrow. What you do now will be what you build on. Pivoting later on could take years. The narrower the better. Get weirdly specific. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. If you don't choose well, you'll need to start the mastering process over again. Cut and run ASAP if you're not liking it. Don't stick with it just for the money. Don't waste valuable time. I moved jobs every year and that worked out great. Companies that aren't loyal to employees anymore don't deserve loyalty in return. If I would have stayed at my first job for 3 years, I would have been making 10% more. 3 jobs later, I was making 300% more. Do what's right for you, not them. 13, get good with data. You can't make it in life anymore with soft skills and a nice smile. Data drives everything. Embrace it. Bow to your sensei. 14, sell everything. All you need is a roof, health insurance, and food. And travel. Live poor on purpose. Get rid of everything so you're able to take risk and quit your job at any moment if needed. Cancel your cable service. Drive a used car. Do not eat poor. Eat fruits and vegetables. Don't go cheap on groceries. Invest in your body like it was Apple stock in 2004. Travel a lot and play a lot of sports while you can. Get a lot of sleep. Don't abuse your body. Stretch a lot. Make green smoothies. Learn to meditate. Don't worry about things you can't control. Invest in experiences, not things. Focus on the one you love. They are all that matters.